Hey there, welcome to our channel. Today, let's talk about some awesome fantasy shows you should check out if you haven't already. It's not just your typical fantasy list. We've got some with horror, adventure, and sci-fi elements. They may not be 100% fantasy, but their mix makes their stories super cool. So let's dive in. Starting at number 10, we've got Wynonna Earp. It's a dark fantasy adventure series based on a comic book. The main character is Wynonna Earp, Wyatt Earp's granddaughter. She gets special powers and uses a cool pistol to send bad guys back to hell. Wynonna's on a mission to defeat evil spirits in her city and break a family curse. With her sister Waverly, Bandit Xavier Dawes, and eternal friend Doc Holliday, they're stopping trouble in their town. The story is all about family, sacrifice, action, and facing tough tasks. It's a unique mix of supernatural and magic with a Western twist. Next up is The Protector at number 9. This fantasy action series follows store owner Håkon Demmer, whose life gets crazy when he learns he's part of a group defending the town from eternal evil. As the Protector, he's got to kill immortals and save the nation. Håkon gets help from loyal folks in a shadowy group. While diving into ancient secrets, he faces tough choices between his duties and unexpected romance. The series has 4 seasons, with the second being decent and the rest excellent. It's packed with supernatural elements, mystery, and lots of action. Moving to number 8, we've got Marvel's Runaways. This superhero fantasy adventure series is about 6 teenagers fighting their evil parents, who run a criminal organization called Pride. The story mixes superhero fantasy and sci-fi, making it a cool hybrid. After discovering shocking truths about their parents, the teens run away, figuring out ways to defeat Pride. The series keeps viewers hooked with surprising twists, even for Marvel fans. You don't need to watch previous Marvel stuff to enjoy this one. Now let's talk about number 7, The Ministry of Time. It is a fantasy adventure series about an investigative group in a covert organization that deals with time travel events. The group guards doorways of time to prevent changes in the present. The plot follows a 16th century soldier, a 19th century female college student, and a 21st century medical professional working together to stop history from being altered. Despite a few plot hiccups and weak performances, the show skillfully blends history, sci-fi, time travel, and fantasy with an engaging theme. Number 6, Da Vinci's Demons. So, there's this historical fantasy drama called Da Vinci's Demons. It's about Leonardo, the famous guy. He gets tangled up in political stuff with the Posse and Medici families and their dealings with the Catholic Church. All this happens while he's on a mission to grab this magical book of leaves, super important to the Sons of Mithras, this cult he gets mixed up with. The show imagines Leonardo's early days in Italy during the Renaissance, showing his discoveries in military engineering for the Borgias and the Duke of Milan. Meanwhile, he's learning mystical things from groups and the cult, like using the Fountain of Memory and foreseeing the future. Even if it's a bit fantastical, the show is amazing with fantastic action, thrilling adventures, and a super entertaining story. You won't want to miss it. Number 5, Lock and Key. All right, buckle up for Lock and Key, a fantasy horror series based on a comic book. So there's this mysterious murder, and the family decides to move into the family home, Key House. But surprise, it's not your typical house. The kids find these magical keys all over the place, opening doors to crazy stuff. At first, they're thrilled, but soon they realize there's a dark force after these keys for some evil plan. The show had 3 seasons, but the last one was a bit messy. Still, if you're into magic and mystery, the 3rd season might be more exciting. Just think about it, a key that unlocks dreams, wishes, and places beyond imagination. If you're a fantasy series fan, this one should get you pumped. The plot is fresh and totally different from the usual fantasy stuff. Number 4, Warrior Nun. Okay, so guess what? Warrior Nun might be making a comeback. Yup, the creator said, there's a chance. And get this, there are rumors about Season 3 dropping on Amazon Prime. If you haven't heard about it yet, it's one of the coolest fantasy adventure shows in recent years. Here's the deal. It's about a girl who was supposed to be dead but wakes up in a mortuary with some enchanted thing inside her. Now she's got superpowers. After she figures out she's part of this ancient group called the Cruciform Sword, she's in charge of leading them against demonic beings. crazy, right? Also, there's this epic battle between heaven and hell for the enchanted thing she's got. While the warrior nuns are doing all they can to protect it, there are insane car chases and battles in ancient forts and sanctuaries. The series looks awesome, filmed in breathtaking places with a fresh and unique vibe. If you're into fantasy, this one's a must-watch. Number 3, True Blood. Get ready for a fantasy horror series created by Alan Ball. It's set in the modern era, where vampires are real and not friendly to humans. But wait, there's a substitute for human blood called True Blood that lets vampires live peacefully alongside humans. The main character, Sookie Stackhouse, a psychic bartender, falls in love with a centuries-old vampire, Bill Compton. Their relationship faces challenges, and as vampires and humans try to coexist, there are troublemakers on both sides. True Blood is a fantastic supernatural fantasy filled with romance, offering a modern take on vampires, witches, werewolves, and other mythical creatures. While it may get a bit dull as the seasons go on, it's still addictive, binge-worthy, and full of surprises. Number 2, Arthdale Chronicles. This is an epic historical fantasy series written by Kim Young-Hyun and Park Sang-yin. The story unfolds in the mythical nation of Arth, where tribes in the historic town of Arthdal fight for power. The main focus is on Ewan, who struggles to restore his clan's former glory while discovering the truth about his ancestors. The show has an incredibly imaginative setting, showcasing legendary champions, their battles, bonds, and individuals in the magical world of Arth. With thrilling action, complex political subplots, and characters figuring out their talents and flaws, Arthdale Chronicles offers a unique perspective on a typical fantasy story. Though it may seem a bit complicated due to various tribes and storylines, it's engaging and gives a fresh take on fantasy. Number 1, Outlander. This show is pretty amazing. It's been on for 7 seasons, and there's even going to be an 8th season and a prequel. Not many people know about it, making it a hidden gem. It's a fantastic show for fantasy fans and everyone else. Let's dive into the spoiler-free plot of the first season to give you an idea. The story follows Claire Randall, a military medic from 1945, who mysteriously ends up in 1743. She faces danger, meets a Scottish soldier, and gets caught up in a massive revolution. Outlander is an exciting historical fantasy drama with a well-crafted plot, great characters, captivating storylines, and a breathtaking setting. I won't reveal more now to avoid spoilers, but the time travel aspect is mind-blowing. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more movie and series suggestions.